Get my 6. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the most awesomest homesteading channel on the planet. It typically doesn't have anything whatsoever to do with homesteading. Homesteading off the grid. If you're hearing giggling off to the side of the camera, that's because today we have a special guest appearance being made by dun, dun, dun.
Hi, everybody.
Giggly Girl. My beautiful bride dearly, aka Giggly Girl, because all she does is giggle, huh? Honey, why don't you tell them what we're doing today?
Okay, guys, for today's video, we are gonna do some gardening today because our corn and okra, it's already sprouting, so it needs to be planted here in our garden.
Yep, and so also I want to point out that what we're going to do while we show you my beautiful bride tilling and gardening, we are also using a sponsored product. We got tired of weeding. We used to come out here and weed for hours a week.
Yeah.
So we finally started using weed liner to stop the weeds. And our wonderful sponsor, Vevor, has sent us 2 brand new rolls of their weed stopper. So today we're going to put that down, show you how to use it, talk about it. Big thank you to our sponsor, Vevor, for sending us yet another wonderful product. And with, how would you say it? With no further ado?
With no further ado,
let's get to it. Okay, guys, so Miss Dearly got everything tilled up, and now she's planting corn in her little rows there. You can see that we had tulips behind there. Still have a few with petals on, some tiger lily tulips. Dearly planted those tulips last fall. They were beautiful. We had like 100 bright red ones. So here's the product we're featuring today. It's the Vevor Weed Barrier. This particular roll is 4 feet wide. It's 300 feet long. We could do 2 gardens with this. Let me tell you, this is interesting. If you'll notice, and I have a bit of a, well, listen, that's actually our Vevor composter. But you see the vapor lining going around the outside of the garden. We've got our deer netting open right now, but we'll close that up to keep the deer out. That is also Vevor weed barrier lining, and we bought that about 5 or 6 years ago. It was just before we started actually sponsoring Vevor's products. And so it sucks because we could have gotten that for free by being official sponsors like we did this one. That's how we're compensated. We get free units of the product in exchange for making demo videos for it. But here's the point I want to make. Not that I could have saved 60-ish dollars. These rolls are about $60 a roll, give or take, $5 or $10. Depending on what the economy and the tariffs and all that stuff's doing today and who's doing what. But this vapor lining for the last 5 or 6 years, we put it on the outside of the garden so that when I mow with the zero turn, we wanted an area where I didn't have to worry about weeds, snakes, these kinds of things. This stuff's been down for 5 or 6 years, and it doesn't even have a hole in it. It hasn't even begun to biodegrade or disintegrate. Not that it's biodegradable, I don't know. But it's because the quality of the product. If you look closely, you can tell the fabrics are woven. They're cross-woven together. That's why this vapor lining lasts so long. So what we're going to do, so she's planting corn, and then we're going to put some okra over here later. But basically, so that we don't have to spend so much time and back-breaking effort out here weeding, we're going to put the vapor or the weed barrier in between the rows of corn. And now, actually, this is, we've already done a demo video on this, but Vevor also makes these beautiful little gardening stools. Honey, I saw you over here breaking your back. Bend and use that. See?
Earlier I was using this.
You put that there, and again, it's not the particular Vevor product we're sponsoring. in this video today. They gave us that a few months ago, and we did do a sponsored video. But as you can see, we use it. Vevor's mantra is tough tools, half the price. They are much less expensive than their competitors, but their tools are tough. I've said it before, I'll say it again. They have been one of our sponsors for 5 or 6 years now, and everything we've ever gotten from them, we still use and it still works. Isn't that true, honey?
Yep, Vevor the best.
They are the best. They make really good products. And so just to show you, give you an example of how simple this is. So we don't want weeds growing in here. We're gonna be growing corn there. So we simply, I don't wanna run over her corn, roll out the weed barrier like this. Well, that's how long we want it. So I just have my little Swiss Army knife that Miss Dearly bought me for my last birthday. You remember that, honey?
Yeah.
I always have it on me. We're going to see if it's strong enough to cut the lining. Yep, works like a charm. So in the past...
Do you want me to adjust the camera?
Nah.
So we can see you?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Thanks, honeys.
You're welcome. Okay. Just
all right. Yeah. So in the past, you can use a box cutter. As you can see here, my pocket knife does the job. And we didn't necessarily make our corn mound hills before we measured off the width of the product here, but all we got to do is fold this in half. You see there? Fold this in half. And the wind wants to blow that way, so we'll fold it this way. That's how it goes. Instead of fighting the wind and Mother Nature, you go with her instead of against her. It makes life easier. Yep. So there.
It's between my rows.
Yep, it's in between the rows. So we'll put this here, and this is common sense. Most of you are already gardeners, you know how this is done. But we have it down here, and then we'll just bury the edges with some soil all the way down on both sides. That'll hold it down, and in time, it'll actually kind of settle into the ground like the one going around the outside of the garden did. So now all we've got to worry about is our corn. And if we want to come in here and weed, as we will throughout the year, we use our little Vevor gardening bench. This is so much better on the knees in the ground. We'll weed our corn, but we don't have to weed in between because we've got that. And FYI, I should probably put the link for this in there too. Let's say your gardening is finished for the day and you're all worn out, or you just want to take a break. This is not just a kneeling stool. You turn it upside down and it becomes a little bench. So you can sit here and say, wow, look at my job well done. You see, the vapor lining's a little wider than Dearly's rows. So we just fold it in half, put it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she's got 4 rows of corn. And guys, I mentioned putting soil down. You can do that. We've used firewood in the past, or you can go somewhere on Amazon or Walmart.com, anywhere else, and just buy these little things, these little pegs that hold the vapor lining down. And then these are pretty easy to insert. We put them on all 4 corners. You just stick them in, step on them, make sure you don't bend them. And that's going to hold this. Now, just for aesthetic purposes, we may go in and maybe put some soil over the sides, but this will work. And weeding can be back-breaking work. So this takes it out of it. So, you know, it's a simple product, and it's simple to show you how to use it. There's really not a whole lot to it. But I'm telling you, if you value your time, which we do, and we know the value of our time, as far as what we earn when we work and create content, when I write my best-selling novels, and just the most important time, the highest valued time, as I see it, is the time I get to spend with my wife and our son Daniel when we're not working, when we're not busy. I'd rather be spending time with my wife and my son than pulling weeds. So $60-ish for a 4-foot by 300 feet roll of this Vevor vapor lining, which, as I pointed out already, before they were even our sponsors, we were using their product. So we were really honored when they started contacting us through our social media websites. Facebook, we're on Instagram, of course, YouTube, which is what this is on. We're like, heck yeah, we'd love to help you sponsor, through sponsoring your products, because we get free products that we know are high quality and they work. So that's really all there is to it. And while I was cutting off the lining, Dearly went through and planted all the corn. So honey, I think we're finished.
Yeah.
Is there any words of wisdom or miraculous advice you'd like to give our viewers?
Buy this weed stopper to avoid weeding. Yeah, it hurts your back, guys.
Hurt your back.
Yeah, and that's they motivate me in the summer.
Yep.
To garden, because I hate weeding. Yeah, I hate weeding. So for you able to use this and have this, it saves you so much time, and then you still get excited to do your gardening in the summer.
Yeah, because when you come out, you're dealing with your fruits and vegetables and your flowers, not the weeds.
Yep, it's demotivating.
Yeah. All right, so guys, thanks for joining us for another video here on the most awesomest homesteading channel on the planet that doesn't have anything whatsoever to do with homesteading. Typically, today it kind of did, no?
Yeah.
All right, homesteading off the grid. Go like her YouTube channel.
Yeah, like with Dearly, please do subscribe and watch my videos.
Yeah, subscribes and watch her videos. She makes cute videos because she's in them. So your glasses up there. And we will see you for more next time.